All right, everybody. So, hi, I'm doing videos a little bit different because, well, frankly, I used to film in front of my bookshelf and now it's a little messy because I got some books for the holidays. And frankly, I just don't feel like cleaning it up right now. So, this is what we're going to do. All right. So, my goals for this year, for 2023, are going to be different than any other year, really. I'm focusing on different parts of my life. And so, I guess I kind of just wanted to talk about that. Also, wanted to celebrate 150 subscribers. Very excited about that. Yeah. So, I'm going to talk about the different habits and activities that I want to keep doing. So, basically, instead of setting new goals for myself, I'm kind of taking time to kind of reflect on what I liked that I did this past year and what not so much that I didn't like, but habits I want to change or I want to grow. So for wellness, one of the things that I've been doing this past year is to try to be more honest with myself in my language. And basically, I think I call it stop kidding myself. For example, instead of saying I didn't have time for a blank because let's be real, most of the time I did have time to do it, I just did something else instead. I'm going to say I didn't get a chance to do that, or I meant to do that, but whenever I had the time, I forgot. Because like I was just saying, the fact is that I probably did have time. There was just something else I wanted to do instead. I wanted to build a new bookshelf or something like that, and I didn't because I kept forgetting to. Or when I finally remembered, it was time for me to go to bed, and I forgot to set a reminder. Instead of saying I didn't have time to, because chances are I 100% had time to do it. I just chose to watch Netflix instead. I'm just trying to kind of be more honest with myself, with my self-talk, but not in a mean sort of way. I'm not going to say, oh, I didn't do that because I forgot because I'm an idiot or something like that. Because I want to be also more forgiving with myself. And so instead of that, I'm just going to be honest and just be like, I meant to do that, but when I had the time, I forgot. And then try to find ways to make sure I don't forget by setting reminders or making little notes to myself or whatever I need to do. So that's one way I'm trying to be more honest, but also more kind to myself. Because I don't want to keep beating myself up over not doing something just because I forgot. It's an honest mistake. And if another person did that, I probably wouldn't be that mad. All right, the next one is for health. For health, I want to continue eating better. I made a lot of progress with eating right over this past year, despite some of the ups and downs and the family drama and hospital stuff that I don't really want to go into. And so I want to continue having smoothies or oat bowls for breakfast because I noticed my stomach feels a lot better when I start the day off with some veggies in it and some fruit and stuff in it. And I also want to continue having some kind of salad or vegetable / protein-centered lunch because I noticed what I did in years past is I kind of over the pandemic, I started studying more different types of exercise, and that kind of comes with a lot of wellness. When you get certified for yoga, kickboxing, or Zumba, it kind of comes with a lot of different wellness tips. And one of the things that I realized I had been doing over the past couple of years, I was eating a lot of carb-centered stuff. And so that's something I definitely want to change in the next upcoming year. Also, instead of getting a gym membership that I won't use because I'm trying to be honest with myself, instead of doing that, I have decided I'm going to start just dedicating. First, it's going to be once a week for the first couple of months of the year, then twice a week, then 3 times a week to cardio, be that using my mini step machine, Zumba, or kickboxing, or even Pilates, because Pilates kind of reminds me of intense yoga. So it's really good when my feet hurt. I'm going to start doing light yoga either at the beginning or the end of the day as well. There's so many benefits to doing yoga. So what I'm also trying to do is, because I really focused on Zumba and kickboxing over the pandemic, I feel like I just focused a bit too much on it, and now my workout routine's definitely gotten stale, and so I would definitely want to change that around. So for business / side hustles, I'm very excited to continue expanding my little Redbubble store with merch inspired by my YouTube channel, my writing, my dear friend and partner and collaborator, the Dewey blog, and other things in my life. I'm also going to start an Etsy store with some workbooks that I'm creating for writing in different genres and planning out projects. For the YouTube channel, I want to continue collaborating with other authortubers because I had so much fun working with Barrett Laurie and the Vixen of Fiction on their live streams, and I was so honored that they let me be there and everything. And so I really enjoyed that. I definitely want to keep doing that. I'm also looking for a part-time type of gig that involves using my literacy studies degree. So we'll see how that works as well. I also want to continue making those timers. I don't know if anyone else really uses them besides me to get work done, but I really like making them. I like making the little animations with Canva, and I like making my own lo-fi music for them. I use a program called Soundtrap, And so it's all virtual, and so it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy making that. If you use them too, please let me know. Drop a comment below so that way I know I'm not just kind of putting them into the void. Another thing I want to do for my YouTube channel is I want to start getting back to work with like more of the non-vlog videos. Part of the problem is, like I said at the beginning of this video, I just haven't felt like cleaning up the bookshelf, and plus I like kind of had to change my setup a little bit, and so I'm trying to figure out where I can do that and like what time I can do that, because my schedule was kind of in flux for a little bit as well. So yeah, more videos coming, stay tuned. And then of course for writing, obviously this is a writing channel, so I felt like before I was kind of getting bogged down with doing a lot of the YouTube stuff, and then I have my podcast. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I want to get back to doing the podcast. Maybe instead of recording once a week, we record like once a month. I don't know. I have to work that out with my podcast collaborator. But for writing, I want to continue working on revising and publishing my own picture book, Prickly Miss Pearl, and exploring different genres and mediums for storytelling. Right now, I'm working on children's books still, and I'm also working on comic books because of a free class I'm taking, and hopefully I get to talk about what I learned from the free class and all of that fun stuff soon once I'm finally done with it. I'm also very excited to work on my long-term project, which is my novel, The Cloak of War. I've had a bunch of other projects that I've been doing the pre-writing for, but I don't really want to start them until I finish this one. So I feel like over this past year, over 2022, I did a good job of keeping a lot of irons in the fire and kind of getting them set up to just like knock out of the park as it went on. But this year in 2023, I want to focus on actually completing projects before I start another one, because as much fun as it is to have like a gothic story about going to visit family for the holidays, or having different like mysteries and like the comic books and all that stuff, as much fun as those are, it's really it'd be nice to have like one book to show for it, like one novel that I've worked on for a long term and I put a lot of work into. And so that's what I'm hoping to get done this year. So those are my goals for 2023. What are your goals? Please pop them down below. And yeah, happy writing and stay sassy.